The cow helps Cadmus find the place to found a city, which is step number 1. But this is mythological time, and heroes often have to contend with much more than just construction plans and civil engineering. Okay, let's read through the next several lines. Sacra Jovi facturus erat, jubadira ministros, et petere vivis libandas fontibus undas. Silva vetus stabat nulla violata securi, et specus in media, virgis ac vimina densus, efficiens humilem, lapidum compagibus arcum, uberibus fecundus aquis, ubi conditus antro, martius anguus erat, Christis praesignis et auro, igna micanto culi, corpus tumet omne venenis, tresque vibrant linguae trepici stant ordina dentes. Our first word, sacra, is an adjective that means holy or sacred, but when it's being used as a noun as it is here, it's one of those neuter accusative plurals that end in an A, it means sacred rites. And remember, Jovi is a form of the third declension word Jupiter, so it may look like a second declension genitive, but it's in fact a third declension dative. You could ask yourself why Cadmus would be sacrificing to Jupiter, when in fact Jupiter's the reason why he has to found this new city. Yeah, probably Cadmus doesn't know it was Jupiter's fault, but that doesn't remove the irony. The verb eubet introduces an objective infinitive, so Cadmus orders the accusative to do the infinitives. We have a synchisis, that's the AB-AB structure, remember, in line 27, and be sure to read the prepositional phrase correctly. Line 28 has 3 nouns that end in an A, so what should we do? That's right, scan. Okay, the A's in Silva and Violata are short, so these words must go together, and the A in nulla is long, so it's ablative, agreeing with securi, the axe. Vetus is a third declension adjective, so this is the nominative form, and even though it ends in a US, since it's the third declension, it can still be feminine. It describes the Silva also. This Violata, though, plays an important role. This wood is pure, idyllic, and untouched by any signs of humanity. Cadmus and his men should beware what lurks inside. In the next line, in media is the entire prepositional phrase, and you should assume that it's actually in media silva. The ablatives virgis and vimina further qualify densus, that is, they tell us how the cave was dense. Line 30 is fascinating in how far astray it can lead you. Okay, so efficiens is nominative, so it's describing the cave, and lapidum and arcum both end in um, so they must go together, right? Wrong. Lapidum is from lapis lapidus, and this um ending is genitive plural because it's third declension, while the um in arcum, a fourth declension noun, shows that it's accusative singular. So humilem describes the arcum, and you translate the genitive plural lapidum after you do compagibus. And just as efficiens modified the specus, so does fecundus in the next line. Line 32 is likewise equally deceptive. There are 3 words here that end in an is, so let's scan. We find out that the is in anguis and praesignis is short. That's the case for third declension singular nouns in the nominative and genitive. The is in Christis is long, though, and that's the case for first and second declension plural ablatives and datives. Okay, let's look at how Ovid constructed these last 2 lines, which describe the Martius Anguis, the snake of Mars. Oh, and by the way, why Mars? I don't know. Maybe because he's the god of war and the snake is exceptionally warlike? Or maybe because Rome was founded by descendants of Mars and Thebes will be founded soon? I don't know. In each of these lines, these last 2 lines, the caesura nicely separates each of the 4 phrases. In each half line, we get the verb in the middle and the nouns and adjectives surrounding them. In line 33, we even have a large chiasmus. Okay, so the ablatives are at the beginning and end of the line. The verbs in second and second to last place, and the nouns are in the middle. And if you remember that the beginning and the end of lines are the most important positions in classical poetry, this makes the with fire and with poison all the more emphatic. And these 3 tongues and 3 rows of teeth, it's as if Ovid is making his snake look too menacing, so it borders on a lighthearted, cartoonish Disney version. Okay, let's do one more read through and allow the vocabulary to come out and help you understand the Latin. Sacra Jovi facturus erat, iubet ira ministros et petere vis libandas fontibus undas. Silva vetus stabat nulla violata securi, et specus in media virgis ac vimina densus, efficiens humilem lapidum compagibus arcum uberibus fecundus aquis. Ubi conditus antro martius anguis erat, Christis praesignis et auro, igna micant oculi, corpus tumet omne venenis, tresque vibrant linguae, triplici stant ordina dentes.